Hello everyone, welcome to CyberScoop TV. I'm your editor-in-chief, Greg Otto, and we're coming to you from the floor of the 2019 RSA conference, and I'm talking with Celeste Fralick, the Chief Data Scientist for McAfee. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you very much, glad to be here.
You just came from a talk about the weaponization of AI. I would love to hear more about it.
Well, I always think of weaponization to be focused on adversarial machine learning.
Okay.
And adversarial machine learning is really when we attack the models that are developed for identifying malware. And it's essentially evading or poisoning the models.
Okay. So who's doing the poisoning of the models? Is that something that the attackers are doing, or is that?
The attackers are doing. And actually, that's a great question, because this is the first time that I know of in cybersecurity that we as researchers are actually doing the analysis and the attacking, the detecting and the protecting. It is not the attackers yet.
Okay.
But it will be.
Okay. So when you say they are poisoning that data, are they hacking into these companies to mess with their data sets that then implement into their systems?
That's exactly right. Actually, as machine learning has a training section, a learning section, what they're doing is they're actually either poisoning the test set, or they're evading the training set.
Okay.
And so they're causing false positives, false negatives to be lower than you would expect, or changing some values that you wouldn't expect.
So how do you defend against that? Because there's tens of millions of dollars among these companies that are being poured into detecting stuff that we've talked about, which seems to be for 10 or 15 years, but this is something that's completely new.
It is, and it's when you defend against something like that, you usually use a combination of defenses. So first you want to attack your own models.
Okay.
And then, and you can do that black box.
Okay.
So you don't have to know the models, you don't have to know the features or the variables of it. And then you start detecting. And then when you protect, you actually do a combination of models where you're looking at things like distillation, noise, adding various perturbations that will be able to protect against this type of adversary attack. But I have to emphasize that we have not seen this in the field yet.
Okay.
But it's something that I feel very strongly about, and that's the proactiveness of the research community. And so you've seen in the last year, we had 400 plus papers on adversarial machine learning, whereas 10 years ago we had 20. And so it's not really involved with the cybersecurity arena yet, but the researchers have already attacked our models, our own models. We've detected it, we're protecting it, but all that research is in the literature. I can read the literature, you can read the literature, and our adversaries can read the literature.
So how does the bias that goes into these data sets factor into this? Because I was having conversations at the conference earlier about the inherent biases that go into machine learning and the data sets. So how does that play a role in adversarial machine learning?
Oh my gosh, that is a great question. I think there's a number of different biases. There's statistical bias as well as human bias. And I think we're probably more concerned at this point in the machine learning AI type of environment for human bias. And how that relates to adversarial machine learning really depends on the attacker. They can go in and understand a black box where you don't know the models, you don't know the features, but you can go in and you can actually utilize a new model and continue to tap into that model, except for that is not the model that we're using.
Right.
And
okay.
so the bias can come in by starting with a model that you're familiar with as an attacker. And you can come in and start pinging it and eventually break that code for the model that you're trying to break. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Fascinating stuff.
It is.
Really appreciate you hopping aboard to talk with us about
Great,
for a little
thank
bit.
you.
For all of our videos, check out our YouTube channel, and for more on RSA and all things cybersecurity, check out cyberscoop.com. I'm Greg Otto. Thanks for watching.